Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Blair and today's video is another video in my If I Could Only Choose 5 series. Today is foundation, and I know I said bronzer was hard, blush was hard, and mascara was hard, but I love foundation. I cannot resist a new foundation. Honestly, foundation and concealer, those two things, I have no control. I just want to try everything. Anytime a new one comes out, I want to try it. So I have quite a few foundations. I did do a declutter here on my channel of my foundations a few months ago, and I did declutter quite a few of them, but I kept quite a few also. So these are the 5 I would choose if I had to only pick 5. I had to redo this list like 5 times, but I think I finally got it right. So if you're interested in my top 5 foundations, if I could only choose 5, drugstore and high-end, please keep watching and make sure to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Let's go ahead and get into my top 5 foundations. Number 1 will not be a surprise if you are not new here, because I have talked this foundation to death. I've talked about it in so many videos. I've used it in quite a few videos, and a lot of you probably know which one it is. It's the Bite Beauty Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation. This came out, I guess it was early 2020. I can't even remember anymore, but I love this from the moment that I tried it, and I still do. I still love it today as much as I did months ago when I got it. I love this foundation. It is a really great medium coverage. It's not full, it's not light, it's right in between. It's a really nice natural finish. It's not dewy and it's not matte. It's just right in between. You'll kind of see that's a theme with all of my favorites, is most of them are a natural finish, because if I had to pick what I like best for me personally, it would definitely be more of a natural finish. I do love a good dewy foundation, as you guys know, but if I had to pick, I would definitely choose a natural finish. Of the 3, matte, natural, or dewy, I would choose natural if I had to pick. The Bite foundation looks like skin. It is not a makeup-y foundation. It's kind of an interesting texture. It's kind of a moussey texture. It's really, really nice. As you can see, it's not a runny texture. It's very, very moussey, but it's really pretty and natural looking. I also love that this foundation is in a plastic little bottle, so it's very easy to take with you. You don't have to worry about it breaking. Super travel friendly. When I did go on a trip months ago, earlier this year, this was the one I took with me. It's perfect. You can build it up, or you can use a very small amount and get more of a light coverage. I love it. 10 out of 10 would recommend it. I also really love the powder that came out with this and the primer. I actually really like to use like all 3 products together, the primer, the foundation, and the Bite powder. Can't say enough good things. Love this one so much. Number 2 is actually the most expensive foundation that I own, and I've used it a few times here on my channel, and I couldn't not mention it, because if I'm thinking in terms of I can only pick 5 foundations for the rest of my life, I know this has to be one, because this never disappoints me. It is always beautiful. This is kind of my special occasion foundation because it is so expensive, and it's the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. I know this is a cult favorite. So many people love this, and for good reason. It is funny. They call it a luminous foundation. I would actually say this is more of a natural finish foundation. When I think of it, I don't think of a super dewy foundation. To me, it's definitely more of a natural finish. I guess it gives you kind of a natural glow to your face, but I wouldn't consider it super luminous. It is beautiful though. When I really want my makeup to look really, really good for, like I said, a special occasion, and I want to use something bougie, I always use this one. I love everything about it. When I run out of this, which I'm actually getting kind of low on this, I definitely will repurchase this. This is one I always want to have in my collection for those times when I want to wear something that is more special. That's what this foundation is for me. I feel very, very bougie when I wear this. And I know this is not the most expensive foundation on the market by any means, but it is the most expensive that I own. I believe it's $68. But people love this for good reason. It's a very lightweight formula, but it gives you a very good coverage. It's not full coverage. It's definitely a solid medium coverage. It can definitely be more of a light coverage depending on the amount that you're applying. It is beautiful though. I love it so, so much. Will always have it in my collection for sure. I wear the shade number 4, by the way, if you were curious. And I just love it. I can't say anything bad about it. I think it's beautiful and it makes me feel good when I wear it. So I knew that number 2 had to be my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Number 3 is the only drugstore foundation that is making it into this video. And I have a few drugstore foundations that I really, really like, but this is actually the foundation I have on right now. And this is so good for a drugstore foundation. Everything about it, the coverage, the shade range, even the packaging is really nice for a drugstore foundation, and it's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Freshware foundation. It has SPF 25. I do not rely on this for SPF. You should not rely on your foundation for your SPF. Always wear it underneath, but it is nice that you do get that added protection in there with this one. This is a beautiful foundation, and I kind of feel like I have not given this the credit it deserves here on my channel, and it is really good. For a drugstore, I think this is around between $10 and $12. I'll have to look. I forget how much it was, but this is a beautiful foundation. The shade range is also phenomenal. I feel like L'Oreal is kind of known for having a great shade range. They're known for the True Match foundation, and they're known for having all 3 undertones, cool, neutral, and warm, and these are beautiful. They have a pump. They are in glass packaging, so you'd have to be careful when you're traveling with this one, but I love it. I can wear either of these shades, but my perfect match is to mix them, of course. So I wear 420 and 425 mixed together. I can get away with either one by themselves, but today I have both mixed together, and this is the perfect color for me, the perfect coverage. I love it. Again, a very natural finish. You can definitely build this up to, I would say, not a full coverage, but a really full medium coverage, if that makes sense. You guys, if you haven't tried this, this is beautiful. Again, you can get a very full glam look with this, but you can also wear a very, very small amount and get a lighter coverage. It works both ways. I love it so, so much. It is a very lightweight, breathable foundation. It's a good one. It's great for every day. If you want to wear makeup, but you don't want to wear something really thick and heavy, but you want more than a tinted moisturizer, that's what this is for me. I love it so much. So number 3 is my L'Oreal Infallible Freshware. Number 4 is actually more of a recent favorite for me, but it is not a new foundation. It's been out for quite a while, and I know a lot of people love this. It's definitely the fullest coverage of the foundations I'm sharing with you, and so I would not wear this on an everyday basis, but when you want to wear more makeup and get that full coverage, this is the one that I love, and it's the Nars Longwear Radiant Foundation. I love this. A few months ago, I did I used this in a video for the first time, and this was another foundation. I was blown away by this. I cannot believe it took me so long to try this. I wear the shade 4.5 Vienna, and this is a really good shade match for me. Like I said, it's definitely a fuller coverage, but it's not thick feeling. It gives really great coverage, but it does not feel super thick, I guess, on your face is how I would describe it. It's a little bit thicker than the other ones that I've shared with you, but not to the point where I wouldn't want to wear it, because I definitely am not someone that loves a really thick, cakey feeling foundation. I guess some people do like that. I definitely don't like thick feeling foundations. I like them to cover, especially when I want a fuller coverage, but I don't want it to feel like I'm wearing a full coverage, if that makes sense. Again, this is called a radiant foundation, and I guess it is kind of radiant, but again, I would call it a natural radiant. To me, it's more of a natural finish. I love it so, so much. The packaging, really nice, glass bottle with a pump. I also like the Nars Sheer Glow foundation, but I hate that foundation does not come with a pump. You have to buy it separate, and then the lid doesn't fit on it, whereas this one comes with the pump, comes with a lid that does fit on it, and it's a beautiful, beautiful foundation. Love it. Well, 10 out of 10. Continue to wear this, and if I run out, which I'm not going to wear it every day, so it'll probably be a while before I run out, but when I do, I would definitely repurchase it. I've kind of been on a Nars kick lately. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know I'm also now obsessed with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I love the Nars Laguna Bronzer. I love Nars Blushes. I've kind of been on a Nars kick lately, and ever since I tried this, I've loved it and will always have this one in my collection. I really struggled picking the last one because there were a few that I was considering, but I feel like I have to go with this because I kid you not, this is my everyday foundation for when I don't leave the house but I want to put a little bit of makeup on, or I do leave the house and I just want to put a little bit of makeup on. This is what I've been using, and I do not see me using something else on the daily anytime soon. So number 5 is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. I know you've seen this all over social media recently, and honestly, I was a little bit skeptical when I got it, just because the whole concept is a little bit not what I would typically be drawn to. They do recommend to use this with your hands. When I bought it, I thought there's no way I will use this with my hands. I'll use a brush or even a sponge, but I don't use my hands for foundation, hardly ever, until I tried this. And I kid you not, this does apply the best with your hands. I wear the shade number 4, which is Formosa. It does come in a little dropper if you're not familiar. And I honestly take one, I don't even fill the whole dropper up. I fill it like halfway up, dispense it on my hand, rub my hands together, rub it in all over my face, and it feels so nice. I guess it's because it has some really nice things in it for your skin. It has niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and squalene. It does have SPF 40 in it. I definitely do not rely on it. For my SPF, I wear an SPF underneath, but I do like for my everyday foundation when I'm going to be outside, especially in the summertime, to have a little bit of SPF in it, so I love that this has that. One thing I will say, this is kind of hard to pick a shade in because the shades look very light. When you pump this out or dispense this out, it looks super, super light, but when you blend them in, they kind of morph into your skin tone, if that makes sense. But the good thing about it is because they're so light coverage, you can kind of get away with a shade if it's not an exact match. It's not that noticeable with this product. Another thing I will say is I thought this was going to give less coverage than it actually does. For it being a skin tint, this gives a pretty decent amount of coverage. I mean, it's not a medium coverage by any means, but it's a good light coverage, I would say. I typically use this and just spot conceal with concealer on a daily basis. Something else I love to do with this is I've been mixing it with the Drunk Elephant De Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. So what I do is I take about half of a dropper full of the Ilia Skin Tint and about half a pump of the Drunk Elephant De Bronzy Drops, mix it together with my hands and rub it in. And that's it. It feels great on your skin. It's very moisturizing. I will say it's very dewy though. This is the dewiest product that I'm sharing with you by far. So if you don't like that summertime glow, kind of an oily look, but in a good way, like the Glossier look, you will not like this product. But if you do, you will love this. And y'all know I love a good glow, so this is right up my alley. This for sure I will be repurchasing when I run out. This I will probably run out of more quickly because, like I said, I've been using this almost every day just for quick, lightweight makeup. I love it. You get 1 fluid ounce in here. It is kind of pricey. I believe it's $46. I was pleasantly surprised by this product. I didn't have super high hopes for it when I got it, but I was so curious because I saw so many people talking about it, and it did not disappoint me. I'm so glad that I tried it and definitely had to include it in my top 5. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. I love foundations. I try as many as I can, and these 5, I can honestly say I love them. I love them. I would 100% repurchase them, and I'm happy I got to share them with you all. If you have any questions or would like to share what your favorite foundation is, please let us know in the comments. Please make sure to subscribe and make sure your notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out when I upload my next video in my If I Could Only Choose 5 series. I think the next video will be concealer, but we'll see. I want to do eyeshadow. I want to do makeup brushes. I have tons of videos planned. So if you're interested, make sure you're subscribed. Give this one a thumbs up if you liked it, and make sure to go follow me on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.